Here is my VEWIOR, I don't know what model, air purifier. China sent this to me a while ago, and, oh, here, it's right there, HQSC50. It's been sitting around for a while, and I said, you know, I might as well use it. So I put it into service in my office, and I spend a lot of time in my office. It's been great. It has one feature that I absolutely love. This air purifier has a built-in fart sniffer. I shit you not. There is a sensor in there that checks the air quality, and if there's a bad one, it ramps the fan speed up, and the number on the display will go up. It doesn't show you that. That's kind of a pitfall of it. It worked fantastic. I love it when I could just blast a good one out there and this thing will speed up. But then what happened was another China company contacted me and they said, we have replacement air filters for air purifiers. Do you have any of these? And so it turns out I have this one, and they sent me a replacement filter for it. So I said, great. So I made a video on that. There's links to this and the filter in the prescription. The filter is as good as the original one. Doesn't matter who makes it, whether it's made by the manufacturer or in the factory next door, it's all the same. Okay, we had a video on that, link in the prescription. Harbor Freight, by any other name, it's still the same. I put in the new filter. The old filter was bad. I never did anything with it, you know. How long was it in service? I don't know, 6-8 months, something like that. Maybe a year. I don't know. But I said, well, this is definitely a good thing because I can get me a new filter. And the old one was filthy dirty, and I put in the new filter, and it works, obviously. Everything's good. And I put it back in my office, and, you know, next day or whatever it is, just blast away, and it speeds up, just like it's supposed to. And I notice it's running for a long time. That's strange. So I get up and I check on it. You hit a little button on there, the thing will light up and it'll show you the number, and I know where it normally sits, under 20 generally, and it shot up to a lot higher. So it sped the fan speed up. And it wouldn't slow down. I said, well, I know I had tacos last night, but it can't be that bad. And after like 5-10 minutes, it's still racing out of control. So I turned it off, turn it back on, all that kind of stuff, and same thing. Just goes crazy like that. The only way I could fix it, per se, is if I put it to the fastest fan speed and let that run for about 5 minutes, and then put it back to auto, everything was good. So I said, okay, something happened when this was disturbed. It certainly wasn't dropped or anything like that. Time for the Amazon Forever Guarantee. Still available. Great. I bought one. And the plan backfired. Puns are on the house, thanks. This same exact model number air purifier no longer includes the fart sniffer function. I am deeply upset about not having a fart sniffer function, just because it was fun. You know, just because it was fun. Let one rip, a few moments later, oh, there he goes. Okay. But nope, no more fart sniffer. They got rid of it. It's boring. It just sits there and it runs on whatever speed you put it on. They did, however, fix the display so it stays on all the time. This is the old one that has the fart sniffer in it. before it goes back, and I'm just going to have to live without a fart sniffer, you know, in China, there is a position called professional fart sniffer. You can look it up, it exists. So that is a thing, okay, but now I got a machine that can do it for me. I packed it up, make it look like new, so it can go back as if nothing ever happened, right? There you go, right. I guess maybe it yellowed a little bit. Let's see what goodies are in here. A filtner. Well, I'll tell you something about this filtner. That was the original one. I'm not sending them a good one back. And it came with one. So I wanted to see if I could open this up and see if there's... I don't know if that's the sensor there. I'm guessing it probably is. I wanted to see if maybe there were any particles on it. And possibly that would... you know, just by cleaning that, it would be good. It looks like these plastic guys here, there might be a screw. Yep, under the rubber feet. So I got to peel those off and get those screws out, and then I can continue. There's the fourth screw, and it doesn't buy us much. I guess maybe that didn't need to come off, but there were 4 more screws inside. I do now have the access where before it might have been a little tight, and it looks like this can go back really any old way. It is symmetrical around. So we'll put that over there, and now I will work on getting these screws out. Just before I cut this clip, for the sake of time, are they the same screws? Which would be a cost-cutting measure. Yes, indeed. Of course they are. So that can all just go in the same pile, and I'll get the other 3 screws out. Well, does that come out of there? There you go. That would explain it. Okay. So obviously this is just plastique. Also symmetrical, so nothing to worry about. Except for the one thing there. So I guess it does locate in a particular way. Ay, ay, ay. There are more screws farther down. And I'm not really sure, but I do see the fart sniffer. It's there. With the white 3-wire connector. That's the fart sniffer. How is that in there? Firmly mounted. Great. The fan, does that just come out or is that screwed in? No, it's screwed in. Incidentally, they don't oil these fans. So the fan is also noisy and kind of sort of would need to sort of kind of a little bit be oiled also. There is a thing here for essential oils and a white pad that's supposed to be there. It's still there if you can't tell. So this doesn't really come out, and I'm not really sure. I don't know why I put that back kind of crossways, but whatever. This certainly doesn't come off of that. And getting to those 4 screws, ugh, I'm not sure what that's really going to buy. So I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. I can tell you that I have blown compressed air in there, but perhaps now that it's open, I will have better access. Yes, you probably can't see, but there's just a tiny little gap between that and that grill on the back. So I'll blow that out, and that's really it, because I don't think taking any more screws out are necessarily going to be beneficial in this case, because quite frankly, I think the sensor is just bad, is what it is. But that will, that remains to be seen. I'll do that, I guess, because what else? This leaks more and more every time I use it. It's also about 20 years old, so whatever. I think the blowgun is leaking. It was. Okay, whatever. So we'll blow down in there. Oh, see? And I blew this out already. Whoop. I kind of figured that was going to happen. I don't know if it's going to stay or if I have to glue it. No, I'm going to have to glue it. I was waiting for that. I just didn't know it was going to fail today. But no matter, it's good enough as it is. Alright, that's as good as it's going to get. So I got my spare power adapter here. And what we can do is plug it in. We don't need a filtner or anything, actually, because we're just seeing if the fart sniffer part of it works. If not, then we just kind of put it back together. If it does, that opens up another can of worms. So it blinked on like that. Fan needs to be oiled. Like I said, it's kind of bad. So I think we're going to have to go and get them other screws out. You got to wait, and then the display will come up. Takes 30 seconds, maybe. I don't know how long it takes. It just does. There. So it dropped to speed 1, and it's showing the ppm. It's showing the ugh-mug. It's showing the PM 2.5? Yeah, PM 2.5. Obviously it's unusable noisy. We'll work on that. Speed 2. Speed 3. And it goes back to 1. Here is some Hom Cologne. As long as I'm spraying it, I might as well just put some on, And we'll see if that'll do it. If not, I'll spray it kind of in the sheen. 19 it hit. Let's give it a... I don't know if this will trigger it. It may not. And if not, I got to find something that will. And I don't know what that is. Because this sometimes would. Occasionally. Doesn't seem to like it at all. And I'm not spraying it right on the sensor. The display goes out, like I said. You got to press a button. I'll spray it just kind of along the back. In that general vicinity. There you go. That did it. So now we wait. It's coming down. Oh! Yeah, no, it wasn't doing that. What it was doing was it would get down and then it would shoot back up to like 150 something, and then it would run itself down and up and down and up, and it would just be stuck in that up-down cycle. So I guess that dust in there did it. Let's give it another shot. Working its way down. Let's see if we get back around like 18-ish. Yeah, 12, fine. One more time. I guess it works now. I fixed it, but we got the fan. That's the problem. Darn. I mean, darn it. Completely darn it. I don't know how to fix that. I know how to fix it. I don't know how to get to it. Obviously. That ain't going to work. So we're going to have to address that now, which is more than I was anticipating, because I didn't actually expect this to work. But, hey, sometimes a guy begs his part, you know. I like the fart sniffer function, so I want to keep the fart sniffer function if I can keep the fart sniffer function functioning. So there are more screws, and this is now tough to deal with. Let me see if I got another tool for that. They make orange ones now at Aldi. So we'll need that. Did you know that you need a long screwdriver? They're not easy to control. Oh, and actually that reminds me, now that I have this here, I got another little project I could use it with. That's if this screwdriver will fit these screws. I don't have a number 1, and they're kind of between a 1 and a 2. 2 seems to fit. There it is. I don't know how the fuck these are getting back in, but we'll see about taking these out. So far, so good. Ooh. Why does it use that? Ugh, I hope they're going to work still. Yuck. Alright, there's a capacitor or 3. Part number on the board. But that didn't get us anything as far as getting to the fan. That's not good. I need to get to the fan. I was expecting that there were going to be screws going down and holding in the fan, but it doesn't appear that that is the case. So I have a few choices here. And I think I'm going to get a flat blade screwdriver. And we'll try that choice first. There is... It kind of just gets, you know? Huh. Well, let that be a lesson, boys and girls. Don't buy an air purifier. Or something. Let me just get in there with my hands first. And... No, it's just damn well in there. And I can feel my fingers through it. There's a place I can press on the fan there, but it does not come out. Let me just get a flat blade and pry at it for a minute and see. It's actually moving. Oh yeah. So that corner is good. Let's push more over here. Oh yeah. And if I break it, well, listen, this wasn't even planned on working anyway again anyway. I'm not sure why it's getting stuck there. The wires are out of the way. It should just sort of kind of go. Well, there are the wires from the sensor, and yes, that was crooked from the factory. But I think it should weasel past that. I think it has to keep coming out the way it was going here. Alright, let me struggle with this for a while. One more blow is all it took. No big deal. There's a lot of wires there. Well, we got a yellow, red, and black. Can a guy just unplug it and remove it? Come on. Yeah, look at that. So I guess the one that's going back is not going to have one of these anymore either, just in case. Although it does seem to be a pretty standard affair. This is a Fonsonning DC brushless fan, model FSY12S12HH. Very important. DC 12 volts, 0.45 amps, made in China. And we simply peeble away at the sticker. Peeble away at the sticker. You could use a heat gun if you want, but I don't feel like getting mine out. Might have to, but it's going. There we go. Put some Earl in there. Oh, look what just happens to be there. The red can. The right stuff. Okay, a couple of drops of Earl. And let's go hit this with a lot of compressed air. Mm-hmm. Not noisy anymore. That ought to do it. Okay, reinstallation is the opposite of taking it apart in. So we're going to skip all of that, especially because my battery's getting low and I got to change it. And I'm going to reassemble this, and then we'll give it a final test, if nothing else breaks in the process. So we got it all buttoned up, back together, and we're just putting the rubber foots back on. And then we'll give this guy a whirl and see, A, if it sounds better, and L, if the fart sniffer function still works. There's the third one. They just stick on. Fortunately, the adhesive is still good, so I don't have to go and fix that too. That's all good right there. Again, we don't need a filtner for now. That's just to get the dust out of it. It's just like you can run a car without an air filter for short period of time, you know, just to see if it starts kind of thing. Run it for a minute or two, it's all right, but you're not going to want to go driving around like that. Power. Now it sounds like a fan. Now it sounds like a fan. So we got to just wait for the sensor to sense things. That's good. Just kind of waiting for the numbers to settle. It's about where it sits, somewhere in there. So that's good. And display blanked out, but yeah, it came up. It's pretty quick to do that. Come on. Alright, it's got a healthy dose now. And yeah, it's driving it right down. Just as it should be. So that was the entire problem. It was dust. And exactly as I had surmised, it was simply a matter of the fact that it was disturbed for changing the filter in it. And you know, it really makes me wonder, did they change the design of this unit after that because so many people were having that same problem where it was bricking itself essentially after changing the filtner if they kept it that long, or could find a filtner. I don't know. Was it simply a cost-cutting measure? Maybe. I'm definitely going to miss having the display always lit. There's no cheat code that you could press that'll keep it on. It's just press it and you see it. We should make sure all the buttons work. They do. Power works, as we tried that. Fan and auto. Yeah, they all work. Okay, that is going to do that. That is awesome. I am so thrilled to have my fart sniffer back. My good old fart sniffer over here. This thing is just a lot of fun. It's just, oh yeah, that was a good one, yeah. That is fantastic. I want you to know that I have never opened this unit before. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. However, I was willing to try, and I succeeded. And that's why you should always try, no matter what. In this case, I really didn't have anything to lose at all, and only something to gain. In the event that I completely broke this thing, you make it at least look normal. It goes back in the box and gets sent back. Didn't cost me anything. In the event I fixed it, then it works again. So that's it. I had nothing to lose on a broken unit. If I break it further, it didn't work anyway. So when you have nothing to lose, give it a shot. You'd never know what's going to happen. It's fixed, it's ready to go, and we'll go back in service. And the one I bought to replace it that doesn't have the fart sniffer, that one is going back. I'll keep the accessories for my trouble. But yeah, that's going to do it. So there we go. My fart sniffer is working again. Excellent. You don't want to know what I paid this guy. Believe me. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Make sure you click like. Make sure you click subscribe. And hey, get out there and fix something. Because it's not going to work unless you do. Take care. Bye-bye.